All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate the proper technique for fabricating poultry. A classical saute, any classical saute dish, according to Augustus Escoffier, who's basically our godfather of modern cuisine. And there's a certain way you want to break down your chicken and a certain way you present it. So let's start by finding our wishbone. To do that, gently peel back your skin around the neck area. With your finger, just feel along the breast, and you'll feel two protrusions, which is the wishbone. It's kind of like the collarbone bone for a chicken. So to remove that, take the tip of your knife and gently score right on top of the bone, not on the side of it, but on top of it, all the way down. Same thing for the other side, just using your tip of the knife right on top of it. Now use your finger to separate the bone from the flesh. So hook it with your finger and pull down. Same thing on this side. Get around it, pull down. The reason why we remove the wishbone first, so we get a better yield and a nicer presentation on our breast. All right, so we'll start off by using the French method. We're going to cut along the bone, the wing bone, in a circular motion away from us. Rotate your bird, same thing. Circular motion all the way to the bone, so you're separating the meat. Same thing on the other side. Use your fingers. Now separate the joint by hyperextending it. Place your thumb on the joint and your finger supporting it in the back. With one clean motion, rip off your wing. Same thing on the other side. Your thumb, your finger behind it, pull it off. And now we're going to leave the bones in the breast. So first, remove your legs, cut down the skin, angle your knife toward the legs so you're not taking away the skin from the breast, which is very important for this application. Cut down to your oyster, just the piece of meat between the thigh and the carcass. Once you see it, use your thumb or your finger to peel it away from the cavity. Pull it out. Use your knife, point it down towards the carcass all the way. Put that on your ice. Separate the joint. Come along the oyster. Using the tip of your finger, separate the oyster in one clean, shallow cut down. You have your leg. Now we're going to cut down the backbone. So we're going to remove this piece right here. This part right here is called the Parsons Neck, and it's an area of skin between the breast and the backbone. So we just need to make one incision about to the center of the backbone, like that. Grab the part that's protruding out, pull it down slightly, and twist. There you have your little portion of backbone. Save that for your stock. And now we need to take out the center part. We want to carve out the center bone right along here. So using the entire length of your boning knife, grab it firmly, being careful to keep your fingers out of the path of the knife, and one swoop all the way to the board. Same thing on the other side. Keep your fingers out of the way. One smooth stroke. Now we need to take out the keel bone, which is the bone that goes along the center of the breast. To do that, we're going to gently insert the tip of the knife into the point where the bones are separated. You don't want to go too far or you'll break the keel bone. That's all that's needed. Then, with your thumbs on each side of the breast, pull it outwards and down to expose the keel bone. Grab it with your thumbs and slide down the length of the breast. Grab it with your palm and pull down. Now we'll separate the two breasts. Right down the center, one long, smooth stroke. So now we have our breasts. Take a paper towel, lay it alongside your cutting board, inside down. Your bone will land flat on your cutting board. So using the heel of your knife, remove the tip of the bone, and this allows the blood to drain out inside down. So using the heel of your knife, put it right where the color changes. And you have a nice clean cut, nice French breast. And now we're going to separate our chicken breasts into two pieces this way. One chicken will serve 4 whole portions. So what we'll do is we're going to go down the center of the breast using our chef's knife and make it so we have a boneless piece and a bone-in piece. So basically our cut's going to go right along the center, down there. Boneless piece and bone-in piece. Same thing on this side. So basically our cut's going to go right along the center, down there. Bone-in and boneless. All right, so now we're going to French or manchonner our leg. So we'll start off by separating the thigh and the leg. Find the joint using your finger where the fat line is. Trim off excess fat and skin from the thigh. And now we need to take off the end of this bone so when we cook it, the blood drains out. Now we have our thigh. Now, to French the leg, or manchonner, we make a circle just below the joint, cutting all the way to the bone. If there's any tendons that don't get cut through, just take your knife and pull it out. Same thing on this side. Be careful of your fingers. Just twist it and pull it out. Now use your hands to separate all the tendons from the main part of the leg. With the tip of your knife, you're going to go along the bone and just under the cartilage, you're going to snap it away. So go just under the cartilage and peel it away. So you have a clean bone with no cartilage. We're going to pull out the tendons that are hanging out because they will not go away when we cook the leg. So using a sturdy pair of pliers, grab them, kind of use your finger to help keep the meat in place, but pull the tendons away. Now, French your leg. Hang the meat off onto a paper towel, and right between the split where the ridge is, that's where you want to cut. If you need to, take your paper towel and just rub the bone. So if there's any cartilage or meat there, when you cook it, it's going to turn brown. It's not going to be very appealing. Take your paring knife with the tip and go in that ridge. Just make sure you're cutting away from you. And once again, cut just below the joint, all the way down to the bone in a circle. Separate the two. Take the tip, go underneath the cartilage, and twist. Move your tendons. Once again, hold the meat in place while you pull away with the pliers. Enchaîner. So we want to cut the bottom joint off as well. And this makes it so it stands flat. Move that center cartilage. Here we have our classical Saute preparation 8-cut chicken. Each portion is together, each getting a bone portion and a boneless portion. The breasts are cooked on the bone, and once cooked, removed from the bone, leaving the wing joint. Here are the usable products we have from our chicken: 4 breasts, 2 thighs, and the 2 legs.